19th century America. We have a special guest with us today. Let's welcome Harriet Beecher Stowe.
Thank you, Claire. Thank you so much for having me today.
So, Harriet, I hear you just released your best-selling book, Uncle Tom's Cabin.
I did.
Tell us about it.
Okay, so it's about how slavery is so horrible, and it's about 3 different people, Eliza, Tom, and George, and how their stories are just so horrible and how they possess such bad things in their lives. So Eliza and George end up having an okay life, but Tom isn't so lucky. But I'm not going to spoil the ending for you.
Wow, sounds interesting. If you want to know what happens to Uncle Tom, pick up a copy at your local bookstore. So, what persuaded you to write this?
Well, I lived in Cleveland, Ohio, right along the Mississippi, right where Kentucky was. So fugitive slaves would come right over the Mississippi River, right into my town. And it was just heart-wrenching to see them come over and not have any freedom. And when I went to Kentucky, I saw the most horrible things, like slaves being beaten and maybe even dying.
Okay, so how is your book helping abolitionism?
Well, my book, Uncle Tom's Cabin, pretty much started the Civil War. So it gave slaves freedom. Without my book, we would still have slaves today, and our world would be very different.
So, that's all for today. Tune in next time for an interview with Margaret Fuller.
Good morning, 19th century America. Today we will be interviewing Margaret Fuller, a popular women's rights and advocate and transcendentalist. Miss Fuller, thank you for being here today.
I'm happy to be here.
All right, let's talk about the subject everyone is just clamoring to know about, your views on the Indian Removal Act and the Cherokee Trail of Tears.
Not many people know about those 2 subjects, actually. That is one of the reasons I'm here today, to expose some of the terrible things our government is doing to the Native people of America. Behind the booming businesses, flourishing new ideas, and overall change of our century we're living in today, a problem that is both unknown and overlooked is the horrific treatment of Native Americans.
Very well said. So, what exactly is the Indian Removal Act for listeners at home?
It is an act forcing Native American tribes in the East to trade their land for land in the West. Our president, Andrew Jackson, is a huge supporter of this act.
Oh. So what happened to Native Americans who refused to leave their land?
For tribes that agreed, it was peaceful, but some tribes, like the Cherokee, refused, and our president forced them using the U.S. Army.
Ah, which leads us to the next topic, the Cherokee Trail of Tears. Why was it called this?
It was called the Trail of Tears because so many Cherokee died on this journey.
What exactly happened?
The Cherokee didn't want to obey the Indian Removal Act. Their leader, John Ross, appealed to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court actually sided with the Cherokee, but President Jackson ignored this and sent the U.S. Army to march the Cherokee west.
I hear their journey was absolutely terrible.
It was. It was wintertime and they weren't prepared to travel. Around 17,000 to 18,000 Cherokees were rounded up in a place similar to a concentration camp. Here they awaited transport west. Many sickened and died while waiting. Then they boarded steamboats and sailed down the Tennessee River, and after that they were packed into railroad cars. For the last leg of the journey, the Cherokee walked. Out of the 17,000 to 18,000 Cherokees, estimated 4,000 to 8,000 died.
Words can't describe how awful that must have been. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you, Miss Fuller, for being here. I'm sure everyone watching is much better informed on the subject of Native Americans now, thanks to you.